All right, what's up, party people? It's MTG Next Door. It is Doc. It is Thursday night. I had a heck of a Thursday afternoon, so we are gonna crack some packs. That said, I don't know how we beat last night. I think the box value right now is definitely north of $75 just after 6 packs, thanks to Morphon and the Meat Hook Massacre, and then pulling those 2 lands. So let's see what we do from here. So we have Yield Fish Knife. I don't think that even got a clean cut there. All right, so we've got cool art. We have a nice plains. We'll just burn through the uncommons or commons unless there's something cool that just catches my eye. So Brimstone Vandal, Immolation, Burn the Accursed, Seize the Storm. So let's see. 4 and a red for a sorcery. Create a red elemental creature token with trample, and this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard, plus the number of cards with flashback you own in exile, and you can flash this back. You know, I would like it if this was more of a direct damage, but it's not terrible. All right, got another uncommon here. Storm Skrillex, 3 blue red, 2/4 Drake Horror, flying. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Not bad. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Also not bad. Not great. It's pretty expensive, but, you know. All right, we got a common. We got another Bird Admirer. We got another common. We got a Tireless Hauler. We got our first rare. Visions of Duplicity. Oh, it's a commander card. Okay, that's kind of cool. So let's see what we got. 2 and a blue. Exchange control of 2 target creatures you don't control. Huh. That's interesting. Flashback, 8 blue. This spell costs X less to cast this way, where X is the greatest mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. Exchange control of 2 target creatures you don't control at sorcery speed. Wow. So I think there are some ways you could play around with this. I think what you'd really have to do, though, is you would have to basically switch a big thing for a small thing and then kill the owner of the big thing. That seems to be about the only way in my mind this would really work. Anyway, I don't know. So that's interesting. I think we got another rare. Yeah, we got another rare. Sigarda's Splendor. There was some chat on the interwebs about this sucker. So 2 white. As this enters the battlefield, note your life total. All right, enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total for Sigarda's Splendor. Then note your life total. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 1 life. So you can draw a card at your upkeep if your life total has gone up, and you gain a life whenever you cast a white spell. I think this can definitely be exploited. I dig it. Common, Homestead Courage, and we got a stupid token that I'm going to throw away. All right, not a bad first pack. I think the Sigarda's Splendor is I think that one's a spicy zizzle. Oh, good, a day-night token. I needed one of these. All right, and I think that's Tolvar. I suspect we are going to be seeing more of him. We got a nice Swamp, tapping at the window, Startle, Unblinking Observer. We are already into the uncommons. We got a Vampire Socialite. I'm excited for this. Black-red, 2/2 Vampire Noble with Menace, also called Menace. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each other vampire you control. Love it. Aggressively costed. As long as your opponent's lost life this turn, each other vampire you control enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's pretty nasty. Next uncommon, Hungry for More. I think Stitch pulled one of these. Black-red, create a 3/1 black and red vampire creature token with trample, lifelink, and haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So basically, you're paying 2 to send a 3/1 at somebody and then just have it go away. And then you can flash it back in for 1 red-black. I think that could be useful. I don't know. I got to think about that one. Another uncommon. Oh, this is interesting. Heirloom Mirror, 1 and a black for an artifact. 1, tap it, pay 1 life, discard a card, draw a card, mill a card, and then put a ritual counter on Heirloom Mirror. Then, if it has 3 or more ritual counters on it, remove them and transform it. Activate only as a sorcery. And then on the butt, we've got Inherited Fiend. Flying, target creature, 2 and a black, exile target creature card from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Inherited Fiend. I think this is good, because you're paying a life, discarding a card, drawing a card, milling a card, and you can do that a couple times, and then you got a flying 4/4 that you can juice up. I think that's good. All right, we got a common, we got our Shady Traveler. Did I separate out? No, I didn't. Did not separate out the rares. Here we go. All right, Shady Traveler. There they are, Tavern Ruffian. We got a rare. All right, we got another one of these. Visions of Dominance. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Then you can flash it back for 8 green, and you got it. The whole like CMC thing from your commander subtracts it. So the whole doubling part, if you're heavy into +1/+1 counters, this is going to be nasty. So I actually have a deck for this. Hadn't seen the light of day in a while, but I've got it. Oh, we got a Mythic. Not a Planeswalker. We got a Phoenix. I always get a little bit upset when I see a Mythic Phoenix, because sometimes these things are a little lacking. So Sunstreak Phoenix. 2 red for a 4/2 Phoenix. It's got flying. It makes it day as it enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you may pay 1 and a red. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Yeah, see? That's a little lacking. Oh well. And then, of course, we've got a common. And we got our token. Alright, so we got a Mythic, but I don't know how good that is outside of Standard. Alright. Is it a token? Is it a... Oh, I think we've got a list card. Clearly, I've gotten all of Stitch's list cards. Got a Pretty Forest, Celestus Sanctifier, Crossroads Candle Guide, Devious Cover-Up. I actually like this card. I've run this in a couple decks. Geist Wave, Shipwreck Sifters. That's a spirit. I don't care. Grizzly Ghoul. 2 black-green for a 4/3 zombie bear with trample. When it enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn. Not bad. I like those colors. Rite of Oblivion. I know Stitch didn't like this. I actually think this is a really good card in the right deck. So, white-black, as an additional cost of spell, sacrifice a non-land permanent, exile target non-land permanent. So if you're in a white-black sacrifice aristocrats deck, this is great repeatable removal that's also going to get you your like death triggers. I think this one's a good one. All right, we got a common, Tireless Hauler. Well, I was worried about not getting all the werewolves. I think we're okay. Uncommon, Death Bonnet Sprout. I've gotten a bunch of these. I mean, Tenacious Bee is going to get one. Oh, we got a Mythic. No, we got a rare. Never mind. Srith, the Viper's Fang. 2 green for a legendary human warlock. 3/4. Other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch. Other untapped creatures you control have Hexproof. 1 and a tap. Untap another target creature or land you control. So I had trouble understanding this one as well, Stitch. When basically any creature that's attacking now has Death Touch. And any untapped creature you've got has Hexproof. So you can really mess around with this. Alright. And then we got our common foil. And then, alright, what do we got? It looks like we got an uncommon here. Birthing Bowels. Alright. I got one of those. Oh, did I put that in the wrong spot again? I did. There we go. Alright, Night Token. Lady charging on a horse. Mountain. I haven't pulled a mountain yet. Evolving Wilds. We'll take that. I like those Evolving Wilds. That's a good one. Eccentric Farmer. Turn to Nature. Love it. Tenacious Bee. If you are not running this card in a green deck, you need to run this card. Arcane Infusion. We pulled that last night. It was kind of boring. Seize the Storm. We just pulled one of those. It's kind of boring too. Gale Drifter. It's a Hippogriff because this set needs more Hippogriffs. And it's got Disturb. I'm not reading it. A common Bait Hook Angler. We know that one. Another common. Harvesttide Infiltrator. So I don't think I pulled this guy yet. So 2 and a red for a 3/2 trample. And what is he on the back? He is a 4/4 trampler that's nightbound. So not bad. Another common. Candlegrove Witch. We got a rare. Graveyard Trespasser. Alright. See what we got here. 2 and a black for a human werewolf, 3/3. See, that's what I was talking about, Mr. Pink. We talked about ward, discard a card. So that's nasty. That's hard to hit. Whenever Graveyard Trespasser enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that's pretty good. And then what does she do on the butt? Same thing. Ward, discard a card. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. Oh, for each creature card exiled this way, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I may have a deck for this. I really may. Because that's interesting. Alright, and we got our good old common foil. And we got a day-night token. Alright, 2 packs left. Alright, now we do the stupid puzzle card or actual list card. Oh, stupid puzzle card. Stupid puzzle card. And a Geist. And a pretty mountain. Alright, Blessed Defiance. Flare of Faith. Candlegrove Witch. That's the first time I think I've seen it in the non-funky art format. Head Witch's Mask. That is just really disturbing and creepy. Ritual Guardian. This is definitely a humans pack. Play with Fire. I kind of like this. It's basically a shock with a little extra, especially if you do it to somebody's face, which we always like to do things to people's faces. Got another Vampire Socialite. Fang Bang Brigand. So that's a new one for me. 3 and a red for a 3/4 human werewolf. 1 and a red, and it gets fire breathing and first strike. And then on the back, a 4/5 werewolf gets +1/+0 in first strike, and then 4 and a red, creatures you control get +2/+0 till end of turn. And yeah, why is she running with a knife in her mouth? That's not a good call. Not a good call, madam. But that's a good one. Tireless Hauler again. We got a rare. Oh, we got a Deserted Beach. All right, we were racking these up. We got a No Way Out. I don't think I know this card. So No Way Out. Foil a 2 and a black. Sorcery. Target opponent discards 2 cards. You create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. Not bad in the right spot. All right. so we got a zombie token. Last pack. Ooh, we got a signed art card. We got a nice island. Eccentric Revelations. I don't think I know this one either. 2 in a red. As an additional cost of this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Then you can flash it back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Otherworldly Gaze. Jack-o'-lantern. Evolving Wilds. Grizzly Ghoul. Bride of Oblivion. This all seems kind of familiar. Overwhelmed Archivist. 2 in a blue for a 3/2 human wizard. When he enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Disturb for 3 in a blue. Archive Haunt. Whenever he attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. And then if he's going to go anywhere, he goes to exile. Meh. All right, we got a common, good old Bird Admirer. We got our old friend Tavern Ruffian. We got a rare. Ooh, this is interesting. Curse of Surveillance. I think this one's a pretty good one. 4 in a blue. Enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, any number of target players other than that player each draw cards equal to the number of curses attached to that player. That's pretty good. And we got Odoric's Outrider. And yeah, that's it. So 6 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did get a mythic. Not thinking that one's a particularly good one in our format. But yeah, y'all stay safe out there. Numbers are going down. Get vaxxed, get boosted, wear a mask, stick to the plan.